Equity is a buzzword right now. Whether you think it's good or bad, it's buzzy. When school leaders are seeking to create equitable outcomes and eliminate disparities, I often hear leaders say things like, "What we really need to do is change mindsets." And I understand what they mean, but guess what? We can't change people. What we can do is cultivate spaces that inspire change to take place. Now, you may think that hearts and minds are at the root of our problems, and that if we focus on changing them, then we'll bring about better results. But for a moment, let's picture something with actual roots, something like a tree. Tree roots serve to anchor the tree and bring in nutrients and water from the soil. And then the tree trunk transports those nutrients to the branches, which in turn hold the leaves, flowers, and fruit. Now imagine standing in front of a tree that's failing to produce quality fruit and expecting to get better fruit by telling that tree to change its mindset, be more dedicated, work harder, work smarter, think differently. Not helpful, right? If we really want better results, then we have to flip our focus to what's really at the roots. Spoiler alert, it's not hearts and minds. The real roots are our values, and the soil is our culture. If we want our trees, our schools, to produce better fruit, then we need to check our soil and water our roots. What do we value most? We aspire to be. And as we clarify our values that keep us rooted and pay attention to the soil that keeps us grounded, then we take a look at our spaces and systems which serve as the trunk of our tree. It's our learning spaces that we operate in and our systems that we repeat that establish our foundation and provide strength and consistency like the trunk of a tree. That tree trunk holds up the branches and leaves, which are our habits and instructional practices, the ways that we reach out and choose to act in daily moments. And in the same way that our leaves absorb light and produce the food that trees need to grow, our everyday actions fuel our results. And it's when people see better results that hearts and minds begin to change. And those hearts and minds are like flowers on a tree. Each one will open and bloom in its own time if we tend to the roots, trunk, and branches. Nourishing the real roots creates a healthy tree that produces the fruit, the student outcomes and opportunities that we hope to achieve. And that fruit eventually falls from the tree and plants its own seeds. At Lessoncast, we can help you cast light on the shadow values that no longer serve your students. We help schools design systems that promote belonging over assimilation, agency over compliance, and connection over conformity. Let our team guide you in creating brave spaces, adopting inclusive practices, and bringing about authentic representation to your curriculum. Plus, we are top-tier experts in providing professional learning for professional development teams. We call it PD for PD leaders, exponentially increasing your capacity to maintain healthy systems and effective learning spaces. Let's nourish the real roots and bring the joy back to teaching. We can do this. We can do it together.